I'm Mary Hernandez and I live in Sierra Ridge. Everything was, looking bright for our future. It was nice living with my husband, and we were 18 years being married and have 5 children. Then it just broke off when he started abusing me, and I couldn't take it no more. So I just separated, and one of my kids came with me, Alicia. I was bringing the money, and we had a brand new car, so everything was going okay. I found out that I was pregnant, and then when they laid me off, then I couldn't make the car payments and the apartment payments, and I couldn't even bring some food to the house. It was very painful because as a mom, you want to give everything to your kids. And I couldn't. And sometimes I thought that I was gonna go crawl back with my ex-husband and just take me back, but I couldn't live that life of abuse no more. So I just keep my head high and just keep on going day by day, and not knowing where we're gonna sleep or what I was gonna eat. Sometimes it was so cold that the heater didn't warm us. But the grace of God, everything, He helped me and my kids make it through. I was happy when they told me that I was qualified to live in Sierra Ridge with my children, and I'm like, yes, I have a roof and where we can sleep all together, and to feed my kids, my own stove, my own refrigerator, and to take showers. It was nice. They empower me as a woman, as a single mom, that I can do it. I can do it. I'll never want to be homeless again.
My name is Tommy Hayes. I live in Spring Terrace. Well, I was an event planner / caterer. I actually worked for the Texas Senate, specifically the Lieutenant Governor. Occasionally there were some glamorous things about catering. It was very hard work otherwise. My brother and I were going to visit my mother in North Texas. On the way back, we were coming through Dallas, going down Central Expressway, and the next thing I remember is just seeing a real bright light. And I was in the Baylor Medical Center. They told me what happened. They said, well, you had a stroke. Moved home and stayed with my mother. As much as anything, it was a monetary issue. I couldn't just go somewhere and start living because I hadn't been working. Well, it's hard to give up your life. I'd already had it sort of taken away involuntarily, and all I could think was, how am I going to get back going again? Some semblance of an independent life. I was just plotting some way to do it when Foundation Communities happened. Moving in here was a red letter day. Besides the obvious place to live, the amenities they have, for me, it gave me back a sense of purpose and my self-esteem, that I was back to being me, which I hadn't felt in several years.
My name is Jennifer Johnson. I live at M Station Apartments through Foundation Communities. I was born and raised in El Paso, Texas. I went to school at Bethel Christian School. I graduated from there and went on to college in Wichita Falls, Texas. I got pregnant and I made a decision to move to Austin with a company that offered me a job. I loved Austin. It was beautiful. Started spending the savings that I had to get my son in daycare and pay for rent and necessary expenses like that, and got laid off in December. So now I didn't have savings or a job, and so at that point we had to decide what to do. It was definitely hard. You know, you go from making $30,000, $40,000 a year by yourself, and it's just you have to support, and you still wonder, where's all this money going? And then you go to a family size of 2, and you're only making $9 an hour, $8 an hour. How do you support? And you have to pay car notes, because if you don't have a car, how do you get to work? You're in Round Rock. There's no bus system. Honestly, never thought I'd be in this position. It was embarrassing to write homeless on papers. How do you write that? Knowing that you grew up in one of the best schools, private schools, you went to college, and next thing you're homeless? You don't know what you're gonna do for food, for housing, for clothes. Something you don't want your child to go through. So I really struggled a lot with whether I was the right person to raise him, whether I could do it because of all of the situations that happened, whether it was better to send him to live with my parents because I couldn't handle it. I couldn't see giving my son away to my parents. He was mine, and I felt like I was doing the best that I could. And eventually, when he hears about it, he would know that I tried my best and I did what we could do. We found Foundation Communities through my case manager, and she told me about Children's Home Initiative program and to apply. We did the application, and they called me. They told me about M Station, that they were building a brand new complex, and so you get excited about these feelings, brand new everything. The fact that, the rent was affordable, the fact that my son would have a steady roof over his head. So all of that was definitely exciting. You can't do it alone. You have to have resources. And Foundation Communities provides resources to help you parent, to help you with taxes, to help find you a job, to help keep food on the table. They have people that care, and they want to get to know you, and they want you to take that next step in life.
I know I can do it. I know I can do it on my own, and me and my kids can be safe.
Being here, I'm back to being pretty grounded, pretty centered, living a pretty normal life.
They've opened the door for us to start our new life of school and education and living life as a family.